News 9. English news as it should be.
Thanks very much for tuning into Unmissable. I'm Nabila Jamal. Right here on News 9, I take you through news across India and the globe. Let me start with a very tragic story that's coming from Tamil Nadu. The Karur Stampede that happened on Saturday night left us shattered. In fact, the death toll has mounted to 40. We're going to take you through details and the impending question, will Vijay be arrested? And moving over, we're looking at our deep dive where we're going to be focusing on the Asia Cup controversy. Well, India refused to take the trophy from Mohsin Naqvi, who is the PCB chairperson, also because he's the Interior Minister of Pakistan and has commented extensively on Operation Sindoor. Well, India decided that and Naqvi decides to walk away with the trophy. India has filed a complaint with the International Cricketing Body. We're going to see what happens to that with our panelists delving deep into those aspects. And finally, justice for Zubeen Garg, family there asking what really happened in the last final moments of Zubeen's death. They have the right to know and they demand that the manager be arrested with immediate effect. The manager and the event organizer who was to organize the event there in Singapore, in Malaysia, both of them are absconding and there's no sign of them. And Zubeen's phone is still with the manager. We're going to take you through all those details as always. Headlines first. Prime Minister Modi inaugurates Delhi BJP office, says next-gen GST reforms to cut families' expenses by 20 lakh a year. BJP delivers Seva, not Satta, with new model of governance. Prime Minister Modi opens new Delhi headquarters on Navratri's 7th day, spread across 30,000 square feet. This new office there, marking a significant milestone for the party's Delhi unit, which for the last 35 years operated from a rented space or makeshift offices. Former Bhopal BJP MP Sadhvi Pragya's remarks at a VHP event in the state ahead of Navratri sparks a lot of outrage. She says non-Hindus who are selling prasad outside temples must be beaten up and chased away. And people should refuse to buy anything from non-Hindus outside temples. Nirmala Sitharaman visits Karur, Tamil Nadu after the stampede. In fact, she was accompanied by MOSL Murugan, who met the bereaved families of 41 victims and conveyed Prime Minister's condolences. Prime Minister Modi also announcing an ex gratia amount to the families of deceased. Telangana Assembly Speaker starts historic trial on BRS disqualification petitions. This is the first ever hearing for MLAs who defected to Congress, a petition that was filed last year by the BRS leaders. Kantara's Chennai promo has been cancelled after Karur tragedy. We're looking at Kantara Chapter 1 promotional event that was due to happen in Chennai has now been cancelled. Humbali Films expressing condolences, issuing a statement standing in solidarity with the affected families of Karur. Vigilance recovers missing Sabrimala gold pedestal from supporters. In fact, the sponsor who basically donates gold and polishes it, his relative's house in Thiruvananthapuram, the missing Sabrimala gold pedestal was actually found. Kerala High Court seeking detailed report by the Vigilance Department as probe continues into temple gold project irregularities, asking how did it go to the relative's house? Why was this not told earlier? Canadian government lists Bishnoi gang as terrorist entity under criminal code. Move aims to freeze assets, strengthen prosecution against transnational gang targeting diaspora communities. Bishnoi gang now termed as a terrorist entity by Canada. So any house, business, vehicles, anything that the Bishnoi gang has in Canada, and the police comes across any of their assets, it all will be seized. Bank accounts will be frozen. Trump slaps 100% tariff on all movies made outside America. The move framed as economic and national security threat amid concerns over loss of American movie industry. Now, let's start with the Karur Stampede case. Karur Stampede, 41 people have died during actor-politician Vijay's rally. That's triggered quite a bitter political blame, a blame game that continues in Tamil Nadu. There is unfolding tensions in Tamil Nadu, accusations and political posturing after one of the worst tragedies tied to a public meeting in the state's history. A massive crowd had gathered in Karur for the TVK rally that was hosted by Vijay. What began as fervor ended up in complete chaos. Overcrowding, poor crowd control, extreme heat. In fact, people did not have food, water. They arrived there around 11:30 in the morning. But Vijay eventually arrived at that location at 7 p.m. 7:30 p.m. was when he actually gave that speech. So good 6 hours, people just waited without food or water, that extreme heat, and they were worried if they moved away then they lose a spot. You had women, you have children, multiple children who've died in this stampede here, and it all comes down to the organizers of the event, and that's the TVK political party, undoubtedly. Of course, questions being asked about the police and its failure under the DMK government. A tragedy of such nature, possibly the worst in Tamil Nadu history, has come to light. So it has to be, responsibility has to be shared by the police of Tamil Nadu as well. Now, big question here is, will Vijay be arrested for the Karur Stampede? That's the burning question across Tamil Nadu today. Posters have already surfaced calling Vijay a murderer. It's popped up across different parts of Tamil Nadu. Chief Minister Stalin has in fact said that arrests are imminent once the probe concludes. So hinting at Vijay's arrest, but only after the investigation is complete. The incident that unfolded on September 27th, it was meant to be a show of strength that turned into a complete nightmare. The TVK rally in Karur drew nearly double the permitted crowd. What was supposed to be around 10,000, that's the permission that TVK took for. Ultimately 30,000 people or more landed up is what we hear. Vijay delayed his own arrival. In fact, we're looking at many children who were part of it, who collapsed. A missing child also led to the frenzy. There was one report that a child went missing in the crowd, and so you had that chaos that broke out because of that as well. A shop roof collapsed, and that also triggered chaos. So a few triggers in that crowd really led to a stampede-like situation. The moment Vijay started talking, people rushed towards the stage area and near the barricades, and that also led to stampede-like situation around there. Now, by the time Vijay began speaking, dozens reportedly were already unconscious. The death toll now stands at 41, the worst in the history of Tamil Nadu. Women, children, elderly, all included. Hundreds of them are still injured, receiving treatment at hospitals. FIRs has been filed against TVK leaders under culpable homicide and endangerment sections. Eyewitnesses say the top organizers fled the scene right after the tragedy unfolded. Organizers fled the scene, and what's really shocking is that even Vijay himself, he rushed out to Chennai the moment the tragedy unfolded, has not yet met with the families of deceased in Karur. TVK claims on its part that this is a conspiracy to blame Vijay. They claim that this is poor policing, and this was done deliberately by a leader, Senthil Balaji. That's also said very clearly by TVK that Minister Senthil is behind this. He's done this deliberately to sabotage our event and sabotage the image and name of Vijay, who's a growing political figure in the Tamil Nadu landscape. Tamil Nadu is going to elections in barely a few months' time from now. And here you have a massive tragedy that's occurred at an event of a new political party who's really hoping to topple the DMK government. So TVK says that they want a CBI probe. They want CCTV footage to be scanned, and they also allege that autopsies were rushed into. Well, nonetheless, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has urged parties not to make this political and says all Tamilians are brethren. We care for every one of them, and the investigation will be on as per protocol. Politics, of course, that continues now. AIDMK's Palaniswamy blaming the government, DMK government, for lax policing. Congress says leaders must be accountable for public safety. BJP leaders, including Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, who arrived to inspect, and in fact, basically, she met with the families of the deceased, also accused both the state government and TVK for complete negligence. Meanwhile, we hear 25 social media influencers have been booked for allegedly spreading false news on the Karur tragedy, and 3 social media influencers have already been arrested. Vijay has announced 20 lakh ex gratia for the bereaved, 2 lakhs for the injured, but he left. He left to Chennai when it mattered the most. The man was supposed to remain there, at least that's what is shown in his films, right? Vijay in his films often is the hero who saves the people when they need him the most. You know, that did not really translate into real life. When people of Karur needed him the most, Vijay decided to leave Chennai moments after the tragedy unfolded. So who's accountable here for the worst tragedies that Tamil Nadu has seen in its history? Karur Stampede was a complete collapse of planning, of accountability and of humanity. And will it just end and stop there with Vijay's arrest? If the arrest ever happens, is that enough? Or will the government also take equal responsibility for failed policing? Will anyone from the government step down on moral grounds? Let's bring in Advocate C. Rajshekaran, political analyst and president, Voice of Tamil Nadu, joining us. We also have S. Muralidharan, political analyst of Tamil Nadu, and Bhanuchandar Nagarajan, a political analyst, J.S. Mani, petitioner and senior advocate at the Madras High Court, as well as the Supreme Court. Let me quickly bring in our political analyst there, Advocate C. Rajshekaran. So your take on this. Just looking at the situation in the last 2 days, I'm shocked that Vijay has not yet been arrested. If I draw parallels to what happened with the film Pushpa, Allu Arjun was taken into custody with immediate effect. Vijay, now 2 days on, is still in his safe haven. What happened, do you think?
Nabila, I'm really ashamed to say that I am residing in the state of Tamil Nadu. Such unruly, idiotic, stupid, young crowd, which is frenzy and mad after a hero, film hero, who has ran away from the spot while he was speaking in the rally. Many were shouting, fainting, falling down. In spite of that, he was informed by his bodyguards and bouncers that a few have lost their life. And after all this was happening under his nose, he had the audacity and the cowardice act I have ever witnessed in my such a long period of political journey in Tamil Nadu. No politician, even you and I, will not run away like this if some friend is falling ill or fainting in front of us. But all this crowd came to see Vijay, the only man. And till this moment, none of the organizers, be it Busi Anand, Adav Arjun, that political strategist John Arekesami, nor this Nirmal Kumar, have been arrested by the Tamil Nadu police. The government is in deep slumber. The police is not acting. I will not blame the police at all because they have done their best. And this mad crowd, stupid crowd going behind this film actor have lost their life. Really, Vijay is neither empathetic nor sympathetic towards his own followers and fans. And he has ran away from there and he has no locus to talk about anything. You cannot send letters and give statements after statements that you are upset, you are crying. All this drama doesn't work in politics. You should have stood by there. At least, if not at Karur, you should have stayed in the Trichy airport. You should have slept there on the floor or in the lounge. And you should have met the press, met the people there. Afterwards, you should have taken some steps to make arrangements. But none of your people were there. They all ran away. You just imagine how inhuman act is this. And you have started the blame game of accusing the government. Your team of legal advocates are going around saying that it is a conspiracy. No, it is not at all a conspiracy. Whatever the location was selected by the organizers, his own people, they had reported to him. It was everything was arranged prayer and everything was taken approval. Everything is on record. So you will hear it from the court very soon. So this kind of politics doesn't work. Even MGR, Jayalalitha, Karunanidhi, even Yedapadi for that matter, they wouldn't have run away from the spot if something of this sort is happening. But of course, Yedapadi had the audacity to say 11 people were shot.
Rajshekaran, don't you think the government, the DMK government also has to take equal responsibility?
No,
Why not?
No, I'm not supporting. No, 1 minute. I'm not supporting the government. Straight away, I'll tell you, it is the responsibility, the onus is on the organizers. Government can do little when this mad, idiotic crowd runs behind the actor like this.
Are you really saying DMK has no responsibility for crowd management?
Please allow me. 500 policemen were deployed as per the statement made by the state ADGP Law and Order. And you cannot always start this blame game. There was 3 days before ADMK had held a rally in the same location. Nothing happened. Everything was smooth. See, Vijay was speaking a rally in Namakkal at 12 o'clock. He was supposed to speak, but he came late. He started at 8:45 from Chennai. And the same crowd of 8,000 people followed him. They joined the rally at Karur, and there were people waiting for 8-9 hours they were dehydrated, no water, nothing was arranged, and the mad crowd, I'm sorry to say this, 17 women have lost their lives, 11 children have lost their lives, 11 elderly men have lost their lives. You just imagine 41 families are literally on the streets of Karur, and you have the audacity to say it is a conspiracy. How can it be a conspiracy when you have no responsibility, no accountability, you have no courtesy to stand there and respect your followers and answer and attend to the needs and requirements? How dare you go about it? You run away to Chennai and after 48 hours you come out of the house and you give statements after statements. You approach the court. You are using the courts. I will not agree to hoodwink the court for all your wrongs and misdeeds. The court cannot come to the rescue of all your indisciplined actions. You are immature, incapable. You are an unfit politician.
Okay, it's good to get all the frustration out against Vijay, but I refuse to agree with you. I refuse to agree with you that DMK has no responsibility or role to play here. I'm sorry.
See, I was the founder member of Kamal Hassan's party. See, I have been in this crowd. I have been with Kamal Hassan. I know how the crowd behaves. But even Kamal Hassan, though I have difference of opinion, even Kamal Hassan wouldn't have run away like this. He ran away from the spot. He should have at least stayed at Trichy.
Could we have the visuals playing out of Vijay leaving to Chennai? Those are the images there. Right after the tragedy, that was Vijay leaving to Chennai.
I am not defending anybody. Or I'm not,
what could have happened if he stayed? Things could have also gotten violent. I'm not justifying his exit, but things could have gotten violent. But you're right. If he's a politician and he wants to win the hearts of people, he should have stayed. Banu Chandra Nagarajan, your take on this. Give us a sense on how the police, in your view, handle this, and do you believe Vijay's arrest is imminent?
See, the handling of the event by the police has been absolutely shambolic. In fact, repeatedly, he has been asking for a larger venue, even for the previous 2 rallies, but he has not been given. In fact, in the previous rally, Vijay himself said that, what are you expecting? Do you have any sinister agenda in your mind? You are giving us only these small packed routes. And unfortunately, it came true. It's one of the most tragic events that has happened in a political rally in Tamil Nadu. So as far as Vijay, allegedly Vijay running away and all that, apparently he tried to go to the hospital and the police said that the crowd again is going to be uncontrollable. It's better for him to leave. Right. And the only mistake, the amateur mistake I think he did was to not speak to the press on the way to the airport, expressing his frustrations. But what I learn is that he is going to go back to Karur to visit the family members. And see, everybody in Tamil Nadu right now.
You're saying that police guided him not to go to hospitals to meet with the families?
Yes. Yeah, because they say that a similar amount of crowd was like waiting there before the hospital, and like it is going to be like it may cost another stampede or something like that. Okay, and see, the thing is, if you go to Tamil Nadu and like or if you go to Karur and ask people like ask them to give their opinion. I'm sure that 90 out of 100 will say that there is a political conspiracy. In fact, that has been voiced by all
what
the
is the
opposition
conspiracy
leaders.
here? Give me in a nutshell, what is the conspiracy here? What do you say?
See, the thing is, there is. I mean, Vijay is attracting these amazing crowds, like tens and thousands of people. If you see, like in your screen right now, suddenly the power was cut off. Okay, and
there's also reports that TVK themselves asked for a electricity shutdown. Have you not seen it?
There
is a letter that the electricity board has also released.
Why would they ask for electricity shutdown in the middle of a rally? One more, Nabila, just hold on. You see another in your own screen. You can see the ambulance running. Okay, in the crowded street. Okay, in such a packed street, an ambulance is like suddenly coming. In fact, like Vijay also asked, hey, where is this ambulance coming? And I asked my people in Karur, and they say that there are two other ways to reach the hospital and not the only one. This is not the only route. The thing is, see, okay, nobody's. We have to like find out after the probe.
But when you say it's a conspiracy, nobody conspired against Vijay coming at 7:30 p.m. when he was due to arrive at 11 or 12.
Absolutely. That you have to. I mean, he is late. Okay, and it would have been better had he conducted this meeting when the daylight was on and so on. But having said that, ADMK chief Edapadi has alleged conspiracy. NTK chief Seeman has alleged conspiracy. In fact, Vijay has asked for a CBI probe. Because if you have been following this, the DMK has asked for a judicial probe under Aruna Jagadisan, who is known to be pro-DMK and all that. So he wants a proper probe to happen, and so that like truth may come out, because this cannot go unanswered. One way or the other, whether it's a conspiracy or not, is something that has to come out. And as far as Vijay getting arrested, it is almost impossible, because already the public opinion is against the government. If he is arrested, then it's going to be a different game altogether in Tamil Nadu. The DMK is going to be under the pump if it does that. Okay,
Bhanuchandar Nagarajan, if you could give us a little sense on what you see of this situation.
I am Bhanuchandar.
Oh, I apologize. GS Money.
No, it was Muralidharan.
All right.
Money is also there.
Muralidharan, yes. Sorry.
On the frame, it's me.
Apologies on that.
Yeah.
Apologies on that. Mr. Muralidharan, give us your sense. We are looking at Vijay's political career, even before it starts off, has been tainted to such a level now that there are images of him being a murderer, posters to that effect coming across Tamil Nadu. And people are also angry. It's not just about the political blame game here, but people are very upset that Vijay left when it mattered the most. I understand police must have guided him to leave or whatnot, but if he's someone who's been vociferously speaking against the government and has had the courage enough to form a political party, is looking to be the CM of Tamil Nadu in the next elections, very sure that his party is going to come to power, then he should have been courageous enough to also stand by with the victims and their families.
Okay, let me answer one by one, Nabila. Start with reminding my friend, good friend, advocate here, that the matter is already sub judice. Even before the events took place, they had given a venue. They had rejected Vijay's request, so it went to the court. In fact, in the Honorable Madras High Court, the judge, Lordship N. Satish Kumar, he said we should make guidelines for any of these meetings, because previous meeting, some of his fans, they just damaged and destroyed some public property. So he said they should also be penalized for such activity. Same time, their life or the safety should be ensured. So please form guidelines. Already the court is aware of this. So that's one reason why TVK is playing it safe, going back to the court. Second, the Vijay's entry is giving sleepless nights to the DMK for a simple reason. If you compare apple to apple, the prince of DMK, which is Udayanidhi Stalin, with Vijay is both of them both actors, but Vijay is Vijay has more following than Rajinikanth. So that's the point. So obviously he's giving sleepless nights. And we are talking about politics. We're not talking about, what do you say, general cricket kind of sport here, right? Politics, sabotage, and controversies and conspiracies they have to be there. Without this, there's no politics. In fact, Stalin used to say, I've come here to do in Tamil, they say, Arasial, I come here to do Arasial. You have to do Arasial. Arasial means politics. I'm not here to do Avial. Avial is, some big stuff. Okay. So he makes fun of that. This is politics. This is how it will be. And Vijay has got the strongest of the, resistance yesterday. 2 days back. And this is how it's going to be. And okay, he's shying away from the.
You're saying that he's not a seasoned politician. From the looks of it and the way he handled it, this just shows he's not ready.
He's new. He's new to this. He can't anticipate. See, he would have had advisors advising him how to go about, what to talk, where to travel, and how to get the crowd onto their feet and getting that euphoria. But they wouldn't have calculated that there could be a sabotage, because see, the mammal is coming in front, as the other political analysts said. This mischief they've been paying. The DMK has been doing this mischief even with Edapadiya's meetings. In fact, see, there it's ADMK, right? They are also equally a powerful force. What they'll do, first time they'll warn them, after then they say, bloody will break your leg kind of thing. So the ambulance will go away. But in Vijay's case, Vijay doesn't have too many, he doesn't have a proper hierarchy. He's got 4-5 people next to him, like Adav Arjuna, Mr. Busian, and CTR Nirmal Kumar, and one more IAS officer. This is his core team. Beyond that, there's no proper second rung. See, these are all fans. These are all media, the movie crazy fans.
But what can explain? If Vijay is gathering this kind of crowd, shouldn't the least bit the organizers arrange for water, some snacks? And if they've estimated 10,000 people, they've got permission for 10,000 people, 30,000 coming, I'm shocked that the intelligence hasn't caught it. It's an absolute failure of the police as well.
I'll come to that, Nabila. The second part is the organizers. See, this is not a conference where you will organize expecting so many people to come and go. This is like a road show. He's traveling from place to place and they keep going on. Normally, they do not arrange for water and all, this kind of activity. One. Second is responsibility of the police. Yes, law and order is with the police. That's their responsibility. And the administrators, the collector of this place, these are the people who should be held responsible. I'll tell you, in Tamil Nadu, this is not the first incident. We had a few months ago, we had an incident. There was an air show in Marina and 5 people died. And the intelligence officer was supposed to be in the field. He was sitting next to the CM and enjoying it. Then we had the Kallakurchi incident where 50 people died of illicit liquor. You can't say the police was not aware. Police was very well aware because the illicit liquor was thriving there. Second, the local politicians also involved in that. So this is not the first time. So this is a mistake they're making again and again. If you ask me, the first, sting should be on the district SP saying that you please should be suspended and the collector also should be suspended.
Like Bhanu Chandra says, do you also smell conspiracy here?
I do, because this is politics. This is not a game of cricket or tennis. This is politics. It has to be there. Without this, there's no politics. What are you talking? And this place belongs to Senthil Balaji. The man was in prison for almost 1.5 years. He just got out of prison. And you think this Vijay can go pick up the mic. You know what? Vijay was trying to sing a song. Patruba Balaji, which means the 10 rupees they overcharge in every liquor bottle amounts something like 10 crore per day. That is the kind of, allegations on this Senthil Balaji. So the moment he started, in fact, it's not the main power which was cut off. The generator power was cut off. That's why his mic went off. The generator, main power was normally they cut it off because of safety reasons, but these people had generator power.
So there is a letter that's now come out with the electricity department says that TVK itself requested for electricity to be cut off when Vijay is present there for a little while. That letter has also been released.
Yes, that's for the main line. That's for the main, government provided.
Yeah. Did that happen?
That was already there. No,
because I thought the electricity board denied it. They denied it. They said we will not.
No, they got it confused and they confused everybody. There was a letter asking to cut the main power sometime. And when he comes to that, podium or whatever, that the place where he has to stand and speak. But otherwise, there was a generator power for his mic, etc., his floodlights. All those went off. So that you can be accident also because some people fell on the generator. And
precisely, it can be accidental. So where is the conspiracy theory coming from then?
The conspiracy comes from the ambulance, Even before the disaster, there were ambulance flying through the, crowd. And there's absolutely no space. See, as Annamalai came to this defense, Annamalai said, this place can't even hold 5,000 people. Why did they give 10,000 people, gathering in such a place? Because it was given by the police. And so that's one thing. And second thing, he said, so another reason he gave. He was actually defending all this, saying that the police made a mistake. They should have given him probably in a bigger Maidan or something like that, where he could have come inside and got out. So that would have been much safer. So he squarely blamed the police. I also blame them because the law and order in Tamil Nadu is in shambles. So that we need to understand, and we have to, those people have to be punished. So the reason why Vijay will not get arrested is because the already matter is sub judice. But anyway, there's right now it's Dashera.
We have posters on our screens. We are showing you how posters have popped up across. The blood on his hands.
Yes.
Vijay is called a murderer. And this also TVK says is suspicious, because how can right after the stampede these posters came up? How were people so prepared to have these posters ready to paste it all over right after the tragedy?
I'll tell you one more incident. There were protests happening outside Vijay's house today morning. And I'll tell you one more incident. The moment the people are getting moved to the hospital and water bottles were distributed to the people for the crowd which came there, and the water bottle had Sendil Balaji's name, and Sendil Balaji was distributing it. And there's another minister called Anbil Mahesh. He was falling on Sendil Balaji's shoulder and he was crying. Such a drama we are not seen in movies. Somebody said, I think overpowered, Kamalas and Shivaji Ganeshan kind of actors, with his acting. So this what makes everybody think.
This is a conspiracy. It disgusts me. I can't even imagine what the families are going through.
Nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing new. There are three journalists called Dinakaran, 2007, when the DMK family had a fight between two brothers. They burned them alive. That you can Google up and see. 3 journalists were burnt alive. So this sacrificing people for political gain and for power and to stay in power and for position, it's nothing new in Tamil Nadu politics. I think it's true for many other states also. So
they will be arrested.
In that, yes, they were arrested. Some 12 people were arrested. Few of them were conspiring, so they were let go after 5 months, and the others were given.
No. Do you believe in this case Vijay will be arrested?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he'll be arrested, because that will create more confusion. That will actually give him a
sympathy factor.
Sympathy factor and more. And see, he's learning, so he has to get it. Somebody wrote it beautifully yesterday, saying that he's been crucified for the first time. He's been crucified, and he didn't anticipate this. This is what politics is. This is the first lesson. He got crucified, and let's see, he'll get up after 3 days. This is exactly somebody.
As much as you call this a conspiracy theory, I feel we're also letting off Vijay too easy by saying this is a conspiracy. Banu Chandar, a final word from you. Are we taking this too light on Vijay? I mean, just to say he's new, he does not know, politics is ugly. This is his first encounter. He's been crucified. Is this a way to kind of fob off the actual mistake?
No, absolutely not.
From his party,
Nabila. I think people have been very harsh on Vijay, especially if I can.
Harsh on Vijay? You have 41 people who've died in his rally. He came 7 hours late.
That's why I am.
He left.
Coming to
Didn't
you.
even stay.
You asked me a question.
I'm sorry. I'm just being the devil's advocate. Do not mind me, please.
No. It's fine. The thing is, obviously, it is in his rally and people have died, right? Okay, so the organizers try to get to a bigger Maidan, but he was not given permission, right? So the thing is, to say that Vijay is a murderer is absolutely rubbish and absolutely stupid. That's what I'm coming to. I'm not saying that it could have been. Could this event been organized better? Obviously, it could have been organized better. Could he have come on time? Yes, he could have come on time. But the thing is, what the previous speaker was saying,
I have one thing to say. I just have one interjection to make. This is not the first time that people have died in his rally. It's happened in the past, recently itself, where in his rally some 2 people died in a similar stampede.
Okay, so the thing is, it has happened, but the thing is, those were, if you look at the crowd, okay, so you're saying you distribute water, distribute everything. It's so hard, okay. So the only way is to have a proper Maidan, have proper crowd control. The police should do its job. and go
They
on.
should have
Because
asked
he
for
has
it. Give us a proper Maidan. This is not going to be
What
enough.
are you
We have
saying?
more
That is,
people
he has
coming.
been asking, Nabila. He has been asking repeatedly. Like the police has been denying it every time. It has been denying it for the past 3 weeks, for the past 3 rallies. That is the big news in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so that is where, that is why Vijay himself said that, what are you guys expecting out of giving me these narrow roads to talk to and where people are flocking? Okay, so what I'm trying to say is Vijay has a very amateurish organization in the sense that it's new and everything. They usually if a DMK or ADMK organizes such an event, there will be local organizers. He lacks that manpower. Obviously, it is given, but the police has absolutely let down the people of Tamil Nadu in this. They could have done a much better job, and it's heartrending to see kids even dying and all that.
Absolutely,
it's so
our condolences going out to the families, and we're just hoping that the guilty are brought to book and there's no politics behind the actual investigation. Thank you very much, Banu Chandra Nagarajan and Muralidharan, for joining us on this. A quick break and we'll be right back with the Asia Cup controversy that has snowballed. Stay with us.
Alakazam fish disappear. Moonlight.
Smooth, silent, seamless. Sliding systems from headache.
You can take a left, you can take a right. Enemy salsa or a little time. If you really feel it, say it on price. It's the vibe, it's the vibe, it's the vibe.
Java 42, the answer.
भाई ऑन रोड या ऑफ रोड?
रोड ट्रिप पे किस बाइक की सवारी होगी, ये खूबसूरत चिंता आप करिए। 2-व्हीलर लोन की चिंता हम संभाल लेंगे विद स्पॉट अप्रूवल एंड लोन अप टू 95%।
Firstly, I want to thank News 9 and Barun. Thank you so much for having me here. It was a fantastic conversation. I did not expect to talk about the stuff that I spoke about. I thought we'll talk about a lot of frivolous stuff. Let's do a hashtag. It's hashtag Inner Compass. So if you want to know anything about Inner Compass, you should come and watch this chat.
Welcome back. Now the Asia Cup controversy that's snowballed and how Team India fireworks. Indian team arrives back to India. As much as they are rejoicing their win, we also saw a controversy that unfolded at the Asia Cup 2025 final. In fact, I'm playing you some live visuals there of the Indian team arriving in India. There's Tilak Verma, really the man of the match. In as many words, we can say that he was the man of the match who won the last lap for India. These are live visuals where he's being welcomed in Hyderabad. He is a Telugite. Tilak Verma has been hailed the hero who picked the Indian game to a victory. So these are visuals there, and as the India team comes back to India after the Asia Cup 2025 final, wrapped up with all the high drama, what we know, Team India beat Pakistan with 5 wickets and 3 runs to spare and lifted the trophy. Not quite likely. The trophy did not really come to India yet. Tilak Verma, what you know, that he led the charge with spectacular 69 off 33 balls, while Shivam Dube's explosive 33 off 22 further steadied India's innings. Harris gave 50 runs a leak. And then along with the cricketing fireworks, after that fantastic game, which we call it, nail biter, came the real fireworks. There was off-field drama, and that's still making headlines. The tournament had already been overshadowed by the handshake controversy, remember, but the final night took things to yet another level. In fact, India decided to refuse to take the trophy from Mohsin Naqvi, the PCB chairperson, who's also the Interior Minister of Pakistan, who's commented heavily on Operation Sindoor over the last few months. This man was there at the podium waiting to give India the trophy. So Indian team decided that they're not going to collect the trophy from him. So the Indian team waited up until there was an alternative who gets on stage and gives them the trophy. In the meanwhile, we saw the Indian team there sitting and waiting. And there was commotion on the stage there with people wondering what to do. Should we go ahead with the trophy giving ceremony? Indian team is not coming to the stage because Mohsin Naqvi is giving the award. So Indian team just waited on. They sat on the lawn like that. The visuals you see on our screens, waited up until there was another person who would take to the stage and give them the award. But instead, Mohsin Naqvi, Pakistan Cricket Board's chairperson, decides to take the trophy and walk away. He alerted his staff members that, well, India does not want the trophy, so let's take it and leave. So he told his staff members and his staff took the trophy and Naqvi literally walked away. Now, BCCI has decided to file, has already filed a formal complaint saying that the trophy is ours, it comes to us. Just because India decided not to take it from Naqvi, it does not mean the trophy will not be given to Team India. India is the rightful owners at this point for this season of that silverware, and so they've demanded it. And you had Prime Minister Modi also, who took to a social media platform on X, who basically said, Operation Sindoor on the game field. Outcome is the same. India wins. Congrats to our cricketers. And Naqvi there in response, a fiery response, says, this is desperation reeking out of Prime Minister Modi's tweet. He says, if war was your measure of pride, history already records your humiliating defeat at Pakistan's hands. No cricket match can rewrite the truth. Dragging war into sports only exposes desperation and disgrace and the very spirit of the game. This was Naqvi's response to Prime Minister Modi's tweet. Well, that said, we saw so many antics that played out. We saw, in fact, a Pakistani cricketer who was given the check. He decided to throw away the check. If we can have Salman Ali Aga's visuals on our screens. Salman Ali Aga literally decided to throw away the runners-up check after it was given to him. He literally threw it to the side and walked off. He did this seemingly because India refused to take the victory cup from Naqvi's hands, and also because they lost. So sore losers, and that was quite on display there at the ending ceremony. So the kind of explosive fireworks that happened, it's still making headlines. After the victory for India, Captain Surya Kumar Yadav decided that he's going to donate his victory money to the Indian Armed Forces. He's also acknowledged Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vicious congratulatory message, calling this his source of motivation and a motivation to the team, reflecting on the nationwide celebrations that followed the win. He says such moments really inspire us to do better. So I'm going to take you through what exactly Surya Kumar said, while he also said he's going to donate that money that he won to the Indian Armed Forces.
असली ट्रॉफीज आप जीतते हो, वो है जो लोगों का मन जीतते हो, जो प्लेयर्स है उनका भरोसा जीतते हो, जो सपोर्ट स्टाफ है जो उन्होंने भरोसा दिखाया है, जो लोग बिहाइंड द सीन्स काम करते हैं, वो असली ट्रॉफीज है. ये जो मिलने वाली है वो तो चलो एक सिल्वरवेयर है, बट एट द सेम टाइम जो इतने लोग काम करते हैं, इतने लोग मेहनत करते हैं ग्राउंड पे, वो असली ट्रॉफी है.
All right. So, however, the missing trophy notwithstanding India's cheeky Asia Cup final celebrations, from mimicry to invisible trophy is really ruling the internet. So let me take you through some of the videos or glimpses of it to really show all those moments that has now gone viral from the Asia Cup. During the final match, Jasprit Bumrah lit up the stadium with a cheeky jet crash. That's the gesture he did while he was playing. Celebration in direct response there. This basically was a gesture in direct response to Haris Rauf, who earlier had the 6-0 taunt where he was basically trying to suggest, well, there you have it. Haris also showing a jet, so Jasprit Bumrah also showing in return. And this continued after the match too. Arshdeep Singh, Jitesh Sharma and Harshit Rana all mocking Abrar Ahmed's head tilt celebration. You had the three of the players there who were mocking Abrar Ahmed's head tilt celebration, basically mimicking Pakistan players. Varun Chakravarti posted a symbolic image of a lone teacup highlighting the missing trophy. Hardik Pandya and others shared pictures with trophies, emojis replacing the real cup, and India Vice Captain Shubman Gill shared a picture with his longtime friend Abhishek Sharma with a virtual image of the trophy between them. So the cup finale was full of chaos and controversy, but really one match to remember with all the controversy and get victory home. Joining me to discuss a little more on this is Tehseen Poonawala, political analyst and a very vocal voice about not wanting India to play against Pakistan post Operation Sindoor. Thanks very much, Tehseen. We also have Major Gaurav Arya, Editor-in-Chief, Chanakya Forum, a defense expert as well. He's been following Pakistan closely. Well, thanks very much. And also Shekhar Vijay, who's a sports commentator. Sir, Major Gaurav Arya, if you could jump in on this, as you see, India refused to take the cup from Mohsin Naqvi and stepped aside, waited until another person would take to the stage and give them the award. But instead, it seems like the Asia Cup organizers, the ICC, and just about everyone decided collectively that India will not take the cup home at all because they refused to take it from Naqvi. How fair was that? And what do you think? Is it miscommunication? Did they not know that they didn't want it from Naqvi and would accept it from someone else? How could Naqvi just walk away with the trophy? It's appalling.
Thank you, Nabila, for inviting me. Actually, the BCCI had already communicated to Mohsin Naqvi and his office much before that should India win, India will not take the cup from Mohsin Naqvi. Now, traditionally, yes, the president of the ACC or the chairman of the ACC is the one who gives out the cup, but these circumstances are exceptional and India made their point extremely clear before the match happened. Now, what happened was that Mohsin Naqvi, this is the man with a major ego. And he said that if you don't take the cup from me, and in fact, Pakistani social media is abuzz with this. They're saying that that is what Mohsin Naqvi thought, that if you don't take the cup from me, you're not going to have the cup at all. And that is where everything started falling apart. Pakistan should have known that there are serious concerns as far as India is concerned. And they could have had anybody else give the cup to the Indian team. Now, having said that, I would also, with your permission, like to make another point. I have no idea why we played with Pakistan. We shouldn't have done it. But I think we are calling Pakistan a terror country. We keep on saying that they have done Pahalgam and they've done 26/11, which is all true. We have also responded to Pakistan. Lately, we've started responding. But why should we play cricket with Pakistan if you can't have two ways about the same thing? Either Pakistanis are terrorists or you don't have anything else to do with them. Why should you play cricket? Why should you play sport? Why should you engage with the Pakistanis is my point of view.
In Tehseen Poonawala. Tehseen, we know that you had the objection to for India not playing Pakistan in the Asia Cup. It looks like the team was forced into it, and finally it's ended with so much controversy and bad blood. It seems like this was another round of a war-like situation that we had with Pakistan, which again we won, but such bad blood and bitterness on a gaming field. I'm not too sure what legacy will this leave.
Thank you so much, Nabila, for having me here. At the onset, thank you, Major Gaurav Arya, for your services to our nations because of people like you that we receive. So thank you, sir. Nabila, there are two aspects out here. This entire so-called, we won a second war with Pakistan, please, with folded hands, cricket and Operation Sindoor are two separate things. Operation Sindoor happened because in Pahalgam, Nabila, Pakistani trained terrorists entered 200 kilometers into India, checked IDs, opened pans, asked people to recite the Kalma, and based on religion, slaughtered 26 innocent human beings. That's what led to Operation Sindoor. And current Pakistani cricket players were cheering Pahalgam, wanting the Pakistani army to enslave our women. Mohsin Naqvi, the head of the ACC, the chairman of the Pakistan Cricket Board, and the Pakistan Interior Minister, which is equivalent to the Home Minister of Pakistan, wanted to nuke India. All of this was known to BCCI well before the Asia Cup happened. Now, a lot of lies is being told, but this is an ICC tournament. Asia Cup has nothing to do with ICC. On the contrary, in 1986, India boycotted the Asia Cup. And yet in 1987, India hosted the ICC World Cup and has hosted several big international tournaments. In 1974, in the India versus South Africa Davis Cup finals, India walked out of the finals and the entire world stood with India and boycotted South Africa. We should have just left Pakistan alone. Then there comes the money issue. BCCI makes no money in the Asia Cup. All the revenue goes to the Asian Federation boards. Pakistan's ended up making 35 crore rupees, and for every ball that was balled against Pakistan, you have a potential bullet, Nabila, coming our way. And if it's not for people like Major Gaurav Arya, that bullet is headed for you, me, or one of us. That is the filth of this country. And their actions on the cricket ground. The fact that their players were making with that bat the AK-47 actions mimicking Pahalgam. The fact that they were making the allegedly plane falling down actions. This is not a nation that understands sports. It's a nation of filth. It's a nation of terror. And my Prime Minister, I'm opposition, but I supported my Prime Minister in Operation Sindoor. He told me via Parliament, Operation Sindoor is paused, not over. I am today upset that even my Prime Minister in his tweet is comparing this as an extension of Operation Sindoor. It hurts the Pahalgam victims. It hurts those who have martyred for our country in Operation Sindoor and otherwise. It hurts those in Jammu who are suffered from Pakistani shelling. But also a hypothetical question. Let's assume India would have lost the finals. Does that take away from the bravery of Operation Sindoor? So all in all, this is so badly read. And the BCCI, which is a body of pampered politicians and their families.
But look, my limited question here is, if India has agreed to play with Pakistan, then we can't be half-hearted, If India has agreed to play with Pakistan, then India was the first to decide not to shake hands. Then India was the first to decide that you had Surya Kumar Yadav, who came out and said this is a victory to, in fact, I dedicated this victory to the armed forces, etc., which is, I hear, against the spirit of the game, and he was also fined for it. So if India is committing those I don't know, level A, level 2, level 3 offences. I don't know the level of the offences, but if India is committing it, then do we have the moral standing to say cry foul when Pakistan is making those gestures?
So Nabila, this is a great question. Do you know, and Major, please hear me out. India was the host of this Asia Cup. India. We moved this Asia Cup to UAE because this filth of a nation, Pakistan, didn't want to play in India. They boycotted 200 tournaments in India. And we are going on accommodating them. And this charade, see, I don't blame our cricketers. I love our cricketers. We won the match. But this charade that BCCI made them do. Don't shake hands. Talk about this. Talk about that. Why didn't you do it when the Asia Cup jerseys were being
launched? And there were initial visuals that showed backstage visuals that came out, that have come out. I wish I had those visuals here on our screens. Backstage visuals clearly showed that Indian team members, including Surya Kumar Yadav, shook hands with Mohsin Naqvi.
Yeah, so then why do all of this? Look, I'm not blaming Surya Kumar Yadav. SKY is not to be blamed. He has to do what he's been asked to do. The question is, BCCI is a body of nepotism and a body of politicians across party lines that thinks it is more powerful than the government of India. And unfortunately, today it proved itself true. It has hurt our sentiments. This is not how we have nothing to do with Pakistan.
From the word go, we shouldn't have even played the match. Now all of this is just cacophony. Makes no sense.
Everything. You could have had Asia Cup without Pakistan. Show your might. Your Asia Cup depends on India's revenue. BCCI doesn't even take money home. You've given Pakistan 35 crore rupees. What is this business of giving them money? For every ball, a bullet is coming our way. And that bullet's going to hit somebody like Major Gaurav Arya, who's guarding us. That's the problem. That is the problem.
A quick question, if I could bring in Shekhar Vijayan.
Yes, Nabila.
Yeah. Shekhar, go on. What's your take on this?
So, Nabila, I think all of us had agreed in person that India really didn't want to play with Pakistan. It was already agreed, and there was a lot of hurt and resentment also from Indians at large. Why is India really playing with Pakistan? Now that India has played this game, I think the Pakistani establishment and the Pakistani cricketers were very churlish, very roguish, very churlish, very arrogant in the way they handled this entire tournament. From the no handshake policy, from the way they were showing provocative gestures to the Indian cricket team. Mind you, the Indian cricket players were very clinical, very professional, very surgical in their approach. The entire tournament, they played really well, and they deserved to win. Now, even in the post-match ceremony, in terms of giving the award and giving the trophy as well as the medals, it is India didn't want to engage with this Naqvi guy at all because of the kind of statements he's made. He's made statements about nuking India. He's made statements he's made very inflammatory statements around here, which obviously India didn't want to engage with him. I think overall, what we really have to look at is we need to have a charter in place in terms of, because India is going to be engaging with Pakistan in the future at some point of time or the other. So BCCI has to take a very strong stand in terms of how do they want to get India to engage or disengage with Pakistan. That is one. The second thing is India as a country has played well in this entire tournament. The boys have played well. They're a very young, very dynamic, very versatile team without their stalwarts like Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli. And they just showed a great spirit in the last game. They have gone through the entire gamut. So I think they played well. We should celebrate that. And they're quite smart. If you look at the way they created the entire memes, if you see the way they have mimicked the entire celebration, there's a lot of belief, there's a lot of confidence, and there is a lot of spunk in them, which is what India really needs at this point of time.
Right.
They just have to follow what was dictated, what was BCCI's diktat at that point of time, and they just followed that.
Major Arya, I'll end with you. Your final take on those who watched it. People with broken hearts watched the match or did not watch the match. Those who are still grieving from Pahalgam. Finally, India has won the cup. Do you think that's any solace for them?
No, ma'am, absolutely not. It hasn't even been a year since Pahalgam happened. It's not even been 6 months. And we are back to playing with the people we call terrorists. I mean, Pakistan has won this match. Pakistan has won the Asia Cup. We must understand why Pakistan was here. Winning and losing is something that the Pakistani public wants. We should win the Asia Cup, beat India. That's not what the Pakistani army wants. They want to be seen as a normal nation, and this time they've used India on a world stage to look like a normal nation, which, by the way, promotes terrorism.
Right. All right. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all of you joining us here. That's all I have time for. It's a wrap on this bulletin. Thanks very much for watching. Do have a great night.
हम यहाँ जान पे खेल रहे हैं, तू फोन पे खेल रहा है। अरे पापा की गाड़ी का इंश्योरेंस रिन्यू कर रहा हूँ, टाइम पे नहीं करा तो वो जान ले लेंगे मेरी।
बड़े शौकीन पापा है, इतनी बड़ी गाड़ी।
फिर तो एको से कराना। क्यों? क्योंकि जितनी बड़ी गाड़ी
एको पर उतना ज्यादा फायदा।
नहीं फटा,
अब फटी। कार का एक्शन हीरो एको।
Alakazam fish disappear. Moonlight.
Smooth, silent, seamless. Sliding systems from headache. Java 42, the answer.
You can take a left, you can take a right. Enemies salsa or a little time. If you really feel it, say it on price. It's the vibe, it's the vibe, it's the vibe.
What are you watching, Dad? Don't you often say, think before investing in the stock market? So I'm trying to gain some knowledge. From whom? That's this stocks expert. Makes great educational videos. Gives good investment tips too.
Dad, don't rely on such videos. Do your own research or contact a SEBI registered investment advisor. In the name of education, some influencers often misguide investors. You will have to bear the losses.
An investor awareness initiative by SEBI.
Love is nothing without the filler. Unlimited love. The B6 Pack 2 starts at 21.9 lakh.
TV9 फेस्टिवल ऑफ इंडिया 2025 दिल्ली में मचेगी धूम। इस नवरात्रि दिल्ली के दिल इंडिया गेट पर स्थित मेजर ध्यानचंद राष्ट्रीय स्टेडियम में आइए और डूब जाइए उत्सव के रंगों में। 28 सितंबर से 2 अक्टूबर तक TV9 फेस्टिवल ऑफ इंडिया 2025 ला रहा है म्यूजिक एंड डांस, टेस्टी फूड और शॉपिंग का अनोखा संगम। डांडिया नाइट्स में थिरकिए, बड़े बड़े कलाकारों की शानदार परफॉर्मेंस का लुत्फ उठाइए और नवरात्रि, दुर्गा पूजा और दशहरा के रंगों में खो जाइए। लाजवाब व्यंजनों का स्वाद लें और लाइफस्टाइल एक्सपो